We have a presentation this morning from Matt Nichols, our Road and Bridge Supervisor. Going to give us a state of the roads in Mesa County, right? Morning, Matt.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, this is going to be kind of a look back at some successes through 2025, and then also our winter preparedness looking forward for the snow to come. So Matt Nichols, proudly your Mesa County Road and Bridge Supervisor, and thank you for the opportunity to be here today. So looking back during the 2025 year, a couple highlights I want to bring out. The construction division really coming in strong this year. They typically do some of the smaller culvert replacements throughout the valley, 12, 18-inch culverts, usually ahead of surface treatments because of the surface treatments that we chose to do this year through some of the neighborhoods, more urban areas. We did not have a lot of those. So with the construction division, we worked with the engineering department and started identifying a lot of major and minor structures that needed some rehabilitation. Some of the ones I wanted to highlight here was the 49.5 road pipe, 330E, DS road, which is currently being worked on. It has 2 more pipes, then it'll start to be backfilled. Canna Creek, 60.5 and 16-0 road intersection. That was a big concrete box culvert. This is significant because normally in a year we'll do one of these and then usually allow engineering to do it. By Road and Bridge doing it, we can keep the crews busy, but we can do a little bit of cross training, get our guys more knowledge in major structures and save a little bit of money by putting them in ourselves. So we allowed contractors to do a little bit bigger projects, stuff that they have a little more expertise for. So stormwater compliance, you would have seen me up here for our salt shed. That is now built, completed, and full of salt for the winter season. And then the mag chloride tanks, we're in progress of building them now. We do have to comply with stormwater just like every contractor in the valley. So the county does hold us responsible for our materials at our shop or what we put on the road. District A, a couple of months ago, I would have been up here with a contract to have BOA constructors go out and build a addition onto our facility that brings all of our crew together under one roof. And we've updated that additional barn out there, so we can now have trucks undercover, warm for when those guys are getting in and going out to plow snow. Some partnerships that we've created this year, Garfield County with road blading. I know it came to the commissioner's attention with West Divide Creek. That's a road that is way out there. We typically have to put a motor grader on a low boy and drive it out. Garfield County has to do the same thing when they go to Baxter Pass. We ended up working together, have an agreement. We will take care of some of Baxter Pass. They're going to take care of West Divide Creek and ultimately give a road back to the community a little better and make our scheduling a little bit better. So, and then the Right Draw and Turner Gulch fires. During that, we participated with 12 different pieces of equipment and 15 personnel. That was a long, long fire. So we had a lot of coordination with several critical incident management teams from across the country and also local agencies here. Created a lot of partnership with us and great relationships that'll last a lifetime. So some really cool road and bridge accomplishments. And then statistics to date, we have spent just under 1,600 hours blading gravel roads. We have placed just under 22,000 tons of road base. That's that 3/4 inch road base. And then just under 3,000 tons of 1.5 road base, a little bit more structural road base. And then that 4th bullet, just shy of 1,000 tons of hot mix asphalt. That's what we're doing. Anytime we have a rough spot in a road, a larger pothole, we're going out and patching it. We've done 1,000 tons. And then on consent agenda today is a change order to increase that by 300 tons. So we can continue to smooth out some of those rough spots. And then a cool highlight, some interdepartmental cohesion. I'll say the road and bridge and engineering working together to come up with new surface treatments. I know a couple years ago I came up and presented the first time that we were going to do slurry seal and cape seal. That's still a success. This year we were able to do 6.6 miles of slurry and 21.4 miles of cape seal. So our goal was to touch as many roads as possible and impact the community in a positive way for as many as possible. Had we only done asphalt, which is what we were doing before, we would have only gotten 8 miles of pavement. So ultimately, we're looking at our network. We're trying to, think a little different, not just go for that super expensive treatment, the cure-all, and start treating roads with the right material at the right time and try to stretch that dollar a little bit further for the community. And then another cool one of my items on the 2026 budget was to double down on crack seal. I felt it was critical that I highlighted this year. Last year, we were extremely successful with the crack seal material, putting down just over 80,000 pounds of material throughout Mesa County. If we say that each crack that we sealed was a medium-sized crack, 1 pound would go about 7 feet. So that would mean that our crews collectively would have made a single black line 106 miles long. So pretty cool statistic. I'm pretty proud of our guys. I know that we had a really cool video done this spring of our District A guys putting out crack seal. That's the best dollar spent for our roads. Seal up those good roads and keep them good. Moving on to wintertime. Last season, the first snow event was October 30th, 2024. We have passed that. So looking at the current weather, I don't see any snow in the forecast for at least a couple weeks. The last snow event of last season was April 28th. From all of our crews, we put out just under 3,100 hours inside of snow plows during snow events. 906 of those were after hours. So a lot of overtime, a lot of time that our crews were not at home with their families, missing holidays, birthdays. And, I want to highlight that you can see a large portion of our snow events is after work hours. So encourage the community to be polite, wave, smile. Those guys are putting a lot into the road to make it safe. Last year, we put out 970 tons of 3/4 inch base. That is the friction course that we use in District C. We don't use 3/4 inch base down here in the valley. We use hot sand. Hot sand is a mixture of salt and a small chat material. It adds some melting power, but also some grit to the road so folks can drive safe. 11.5 tons of raw salt. So we had some events where we need just, let's get that snow cut off, burned off the road. So we use that straight salt, and then 960 gallons of mag chloride used last year just in pre-treatment. So we recognize a snowstorm is coming. We want to get ahead of it. The weather conditions were correct. We go out, we pre-treat the hills like 38 Road, 29 Road, some of the corners or Patterson Road. We try to get that one just so it's safer for the community. What we're looking for this year, we're going to have 28 primary plow routes and 8 secondary routes throughout the county. Our crews will be starting around 4 a.m. depending on the snowstorm. If it hits late, of course, the guys will go out at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whenever the snow starts to accumulate. If we have a big snow event, you may see them out earlier, but 4 a.m. is kind of our target time throughout the entire county. Pre-treatment will go down, like I said, and we're ultimately trying to stop that bonding of the ice and snow to the road, allow us to mechanically remove that with snow blades. Hot sand will continue to be used on the valley floor, Glade Park, parts of the monument, and then the 3/4 is our primary tactic up in District C. And you'll see a little bit of hot sand based on a snow event. Salt actually doesn't really work below 15 degrees. So a big push for mine this year is making sure that we're not putting out a lot of salts when we have cold weather. So you're just going to see a lot more aggregate going out, save a little bit of money there. And then gravel roads, they won't be plowed every single snowstorm. So make sure you know what kind of gravel road you live on. We want to make sure that gravel roads are frozen and firm before we throw a blade on it. We go out there and we start rutting it up. We may push all that gravel onto the shoulder. So it behooves us just to wait and allow that road to freeze, especially if it's only 2-4 inches. Most vehicles can drive through that. So know what roads you need to travel. And then if you know what road, please visit the Mesa County website. We have the 160 policy. It's on our road and bridge policies and procedures page. There is a link right there for you, but it, excuse me, this particular policy talks about the service level we provide per road and what each type of gravel road is going to get as far as service, and then asphalt roads. Not every asphalt road in the county is on a snowplow route. We won't be going in to each subdivision and plowing them out. You know, we're going to be sticking to primary routes that are school bus routes, mail routes, places that emergency services typically have to drive down. So Patterson, that 38 road, 29 road, any of the cross streets down there in the Palisade area, those are going to get primary snow plows just to make sure that folks can get across town easier. The neighborhoods, we don't have great places to put snow, and we don't want to continue pushing it up in their driveways, which leads me to the Colorado snow removal law. This law talks about placing obstructions within the road right-of-way in the driving path. It is illegal to plow your snow from your driveway out onto a county road or shovel your sidewalks into the county road. If you do that and the snow plow doesn't get through there and that creates, you know, an ice block or a slick patch, and somebody crashes, you are going to be liable for those damages or injuries. You can't put anything in the right of way to hinder traffic. So we really encourage people that are pushing out their sidewalks, put the snow back into your yard. If you're doing your driveway, you know, try to select a place in your driveway, push that snow to, but keep it off the county road. And then a highlight by this winter, my goal is to have the Mesa County Snow and Ice Policy Manual and the procedures completed. It's a two-part manual that we can push out to the public. This is typically done by, a lot of agencies have these manuals. Right now, we only have a single policy. I want to talk about what people can see, what residents can see per snowstorm or ice storm. I am working with the ex-Public Works Director of Green Bay, Wisconsin. He was part of the Brown County snow group. All the counties up there came together, all the municipalities came together and made a single snow policy. It works really well for them, and I think it'd be something that helped this community. It just highlights what we're going to be doing per storm so people kind of know what to expect. So if the commissioners have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions for Matt?
I don't have any questions.
Thanks, Matt. That was really informative for the public. We really appreciate you coming in and doing that.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. I mean, the number one comment complaint I get is roads. I mean, it's because we drive them every single day and people notice it. They feel it in their vehicles, things like that. So appreciate all the work you're doing with the limited budget as well. I realize we used to put a lot more asphalt on the roads back in the day and we just don't have the budget anymore. So I appreciate being creative and trying to keep one of our most expensive assets up to date so that people can enjoy it. And it's a safety issue as well. So keeping potholes and roads up to date are important to our community. So Matt, thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Commissioner.